welcome back friends old and new, Deis Ferrous here, continuing on our Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader run. When last we left off, what was it we did yesterday? I know we got Solomon the day before. We went to, I know when if I can get to Galactic map, I could probably refresh myself. Let me see real quickly. Quest. Because it was the industrial sabotage. Diabetes. Fair trade? No. What was it? Condemned? No, we got someone back. Not the door, not rat hunting. Yes, it was the price of humanity. We accompanied Heinrich to Phaeton 4 and dealt with some inquisitorial matters, fought several mandrakes and the like, talked to what's her name? Emelina Lichtenhart. We talked to her and learned that she was apparently trying to essentially make an artificial sun for the world to fight back against the mandrakes, which was a very heretical art because she was using extreme warp influences to try and do this ritual, basically. And Hendrix ended up putting her down. We then flew over to the sector that Ignis Corona is in. Explored all those planets, got into a space battle. I think we got into another space battle earlier, too. We set down on Ignis Corona, which seems to be flooding. If I remember correctly, the original landing pad was just underwater, so we had to make this emergency detour. So things are not going great here, it seems. It is not possible to extend the bridge from this side. The control cogitators on the other side.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Interesting. Pascal, if you would. My good man. Hello. Hello, friends. A tall tech priest, arrayed in extravagant red and black robes, greets you solemnly. His mechadendrites moving sinuously around him. His garment is damaged in several places, and marks from weapon charges are visible in his augmetics. But he does not seem to care. I extend greetings to the rogue traitor, Deis von Valancius. Your presence within this temple of Prometheum is a great honor to its denizens. Its denizens, servants of the Omnisaya, apologize for the unfitting reception due to the critical interrupting fracture of process. The sound seems to drift softly from the tech priest's vox modulator, and almost lulling hum on a single note lacking any inflection. With whom am I speaking? For the purpose of this conversation, I stand before you as Artisan Decabulus 416. I lead the Adeptus Mechanicus mission, servants of the Machine God, ensuring the operation of the sacred mining machines on this station. Further clarification, the tech priest pauses for a few seconds. His optical sensors slowly scan each of your retinue from top to bottom. Is available, presentable in low Gothic form, upon request. What interests your lordship at the observed station? Why are you talking so strangely? Clarification of terms, or rephrasing, is intended to make the context of statements more easily understood by unordained individuals. The Kabbalist spreads his hands slightly. Statistics, calculations performed by sacred machines show that it has a positive impact on communication. Artisan? I've never heard of such a title before. Those among the Adeptus Mechanicus who are supremely competent in the sacred skill of construction are elevated to the rank of artisan, maker of machines. Artisans are proficient enough to also be called the hand of the will of the Omnisaya. The tech priest bent back straight into these words. He seems to occupy more space, swelling with importance. That's enough about you. Let us return to the matters at hand. You are correct. Your assessment is valid, your lordship. The time limit on our interaction is not infinite. A sabotage attempt, activity directed at halting Promethean production, has been detected within the confines of the station. The perpetrators are Alpha 9's group, ordained members of the priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Probable cause is a violation of the 16 universal laws. Tech heresy, infecting their cognitive centers. Are there many of them? Who is their leader? Exact numbers are undetermined, unknown. Head of the compromised cell, Senior Adept Alpha 9. She commands the Skitari. The group's combat strength includes rough stalkers and several mutinous engine seers. Some of the workers behind Decabalus flinch and glance around nervously when they hear his response. What do the heretics want? Their goal is the destruction of the sacred central drill, the greatest of the station's technologies, by means of ripping out its anchor core, the source of the motive force that powers our machines. Such inconceivable sacrilege, ruination of blessed technology, will have irreversible consequences that may lead to the disintegration of the sacred machine circuits and the sinking of the station. The sinking of the station would cause a catastrophic decline in Promethean extraction volumes, its complete cessation, which in turn would bring production to a halt. This outcome would be extremely blasphemously suboptimal. This scenario also suggests, guarantees, extensive collateral casualties among the human units currently ensuring the continuous operation of the Turco's 4th facility, its workers. Such losses would be undesirable and highly regrettable. What are you lingering here for instead of fighting? To our grief, the enemy forces have a qualitative superiority. They command large numbers of specialized Skitari. This has allowed them to inflict major damage upon the righteous forces, our group, and divide it. The enemy has planted mines along the approaches to the central unit and has cuts us off from our allies, making the mission to eliminate the threat difficult. The only factor that can alter the situation is intervention from a third party, your lordship. Intervene? Of course I will intervene. The heretics will be destroyed. Your lordship is granting us a boon, whose value is difficult to calculate, to measure in rewards and gratitude. The tech priest bows slightly. In dialogue. Alrighty. Oh, what's over here? Juliet, if you wouldn't mind.
I have learned much in my exile.
The cables conduct energy of enormous power. You cannot see a single fuel tank nearby. The water flows deceptively serenely somewhere inside the submerged parts of the platform. You can hear the heavy, low groaning of metal buckling under pressure. Interesting and somewhat concerning. It is as though a huge titan is supporting the platform on its shoulders. And by the way the water is rapidly devouring centimeters after centimeter of its body, it cannot last much longer. Yeesh.
A new challenge for me?
Guess let's go here. Oh, neat. That's cool. It's a neat little mechanic. Anything over here to actually grab, though?
Would you look at that?
It looks like we're gonna need to come back. Go back
Follow
over
my
here.
lead.
Rotate the crane again. Come back. I see. Okay, go over here, raise that up, and then come back, loop the crane around.
Keep a sharp eye.
Oh, what'd you know? Oh, good eye, Juliet. Thank you. Good loot, good loot. Pascal, if you would.
This explorator is blessed with
Juliet, if you would.
multifunctionality.
My success was inevitable.
The crane axle is covered in rust, but the gears move smoothly. The mechanism inside the turntable are made of strange black alloys. Now we raise that up. Now we come back across. It's still low. Okay, hold on, Pascal. Go over here.
We are the
Lord.
spearhead of the Imperium.
Do that. I would move over here.
Oh, this master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
Is terminated.
Move, lower the crane. Abelard, grab the loot. No, Abelard, grab
Look
the
no
loot.
further.
Shock grenade, combi tool of manipuli. Energy concentration ability. So the end of the turn, the wearer's melee attacks deal an additional number of Ferrum Sanctum stacks times the number of potential energy stacks. Shock damage. Huh. So that's also for Yugon.
Watching the lazy handle
Lift him up,
sacred
please.
technology breaks my heart. Figuratively.
Doubt is for the weak.
Okay. For a second, I thought that Abelard was trapped down there. Move that down.
Listening.
Pascal, start moving back over, please.
Activating motive force reserves.
Rotate the crane. Rotate the crane. Come on. There we go. Grab the whole gang. Move on
It's
over.
about time.
And get going. Easy puzzle to solve. It is though a huge titan. Okay, we grabbed that.
I sense something nearby.
Thank you, Juliet.
Too hard for a simple monkey?
I do, like, again, like, especially with Juliet and Cassie, I do wish those
None are
lines would
better at
change
searching.
as you, like, go throughout the story. Because, like, why is she still being
I
so
have
passive
learned much in my exile.
Just seems a little unnecessary. Or Cassie being like, is this a job for serfs? Like,
None
you
shall stand in
know
my way.
you're the learned woman. Oh, that's saving, not paused. Interesting. The drill complex looks clean and well maintained despite the rain, wind, and corrosion covering everything around it. Oh, hello. Friend? Friend or foe? Unnecessary. Guard. Protocol 12.45. Halt. The booming cry rattles the metal beneath your feet. A crimson-robed tech priest shouting over the moaning wind holds out her hand in warning, piercing the frozen mist that hangs in the air. The targeting lenses of metal Ruststalkers soldiers focus on your chest. Saying nothing and stop. What is a layperson doing here? Protocol 12.49-5. After a second's pause, the tech priest continues a little more confidently. This protocol stipulates that if you or your group take another step toward Object 16, my Ruststalkers will attack. I fulfilled your request and am not moving. Now identify yourself. I am Alva 9. I command the Skitarii of Mining Station Turquoise 4. A violation of one of the Omniscience sacred commandments has occurred within the territory under my purview. In accordance with Protocol 12.33, delivery of Promethium to the primary station is impossible until the tech heresy is eliminated. I'm gonna stop you there, Alpha 9. Your comrade, the Kabbalist, also told me of the heresy that has engulfed this platform, but he named you as the source of it. That's a Xeno heresy wallowing scum. Protocol 12.6-9, cease targeting. Her shout forces the rough stalkers to remove their sights from your chest. The tech priest's powerful voice grows fiercer. The traitor, the Kabbalist, has deceived you. He has cast our sacred production into heresy and is leading the station's work units into tech schism. Do not trust the Kabbalist. His corrupted code penetrates the processors undetected. What did he say to you? He said you were going to disconnect the platform from the motive force and eliminate the station's workers. That does not sound like the behavior of righteous servants of the Omniscience. That is correct. Something shifts almost imperceptibly in Alvin 9's tone. My unit arrived on Tirkaz for one planetary cycle ago. During our time here, I, as the commander of the Skitarii, performed a covert protocols inspection of the station's sacred mechanisms. I detected. Tech Priest's voice shifts to a shrill howl. Violations of the universal law to the 5th degree. Artisan Decabalist 416 has desecrated the sacred mechanism of the central drill complex of Turkaz 4 with a xenogenetic heresy identified as the Anchor Core. Protocols stipulate the immediate destruction of the mechanisms that have come into contact with this xenotech. The central drill complex mechanism is what keeps the entire station afloat. If you destroy it, you will doom all the workers, the equipment, and yourselves in one fell swoop. My Roughstalkers managed to retrieve an operational shuttle from the flooded hangars. As soon as the Xeno heresy is eliminated, we will leave this breeding ground of corruption, make our way to an orbital tech station, and dispatch a message to Alter Templum Calixus Extension 17. The station's machine attendants cannot be saved. All that is touched by tech heresy is forever tainted by it. We cannot afford such a risk. I've come across Xenos devices on the platform. Is that also the work of the Kabbalist? The Xenosect infected the patterns of this place long ago. I would not be surprised to learn that the forbidden technologies were born deep in the bowels of the station, guided by a traitor's hand. The Kabbalist himself installed a Xeno device in the central drill complex. The inspection protocol indicated that the sacred machine was contaminated with Xeno heresy, identified as the Anchor Core, at least 30 full turns ago. Artisan Decabalist 416 was in charge of the station for the entire time specified. He communicated with the machine spirits of the drill complex and personally consecrated it. He could not have been unaware of the tech corruption powering its internal mechanisms. Where did the Kabbalist obtain the Xeno device? I do not know, and I do not want to know. Alva's thunderous binaric howl prayer carries over the roar of the wind. The sacred mining station of Tirkaz 4 is contaminated. Long cycles of xenocorruption have tormented her machine spirits. We soothe and free it. That is enough. I feel like I just don't really have enough information to really choose here. But I guess I'll go with... I'm kind of leaning a bit more towards Alva because she does have the Skitarian Rustalkers with her. This seems a bit more believable, I think. I believe you, Alvin, mine. Artisan Decabalist seems suspicious to me as well. Protocol 12.70-4. The Rustalkers instantly shift their visor beams to focus on something over your shoulder. Join forces with the Rogue Trader. Defend the perimeter until I've dealt with Object 16. Oh! Oh, hello. Oh, jeez. Well then. This is just kind of a big mess now, isn't it? You hear the sound of many footsteps over your shoulder. After traversing the now cleared path, the Cabalist's hastily bandaged tech priest comes to stand behind you, along with the artisan himself. Gratitude. Your assistance in clearing the path of traps was extremely effective. It opened up room to maneuver. Protocol 12.1. Layperson, do not allow the heretics to interrupt the destruction of Object 16. I genuinely really don't know who I should be working with, but I guess I'm just hard siding with Alva. Like, I feel like I just don't really actually have enough full information. But, we ball, I guess. Pascal over here. Juliet. There. Dira's kind of got it. Dira's fucking... Oh my god, Dira's squishy. Okay, let's bring a Dira there. To Abelard. I'll go up here because I'm actually kind of bulky. Okay. Okay, not great. Yeah. Right. Do I have a character who is in a position they can't be in? Are we good? Can I start the fight? Hello? I think the game bugged. It's not letting me do. It's not letting me start. Okay, let's load a save real quick. Apparently, it's not letting me start the fight. Alright, let's go in. Let's rush through that conversation again. Fucking furiously in with the power walk. Say nothing can stop. Fill your request. Yeah, I did the logic. You're gonna run through all that. Okay, I believe you. Run through this again.
I won't heed your cries of mercy. You will fall.
Why can't I start this fight? What? God, there's always something. Okay, who's standing too close to an enemy? Oh, it's my fucking bird, isn't it? Oh my god. Someone probably saw that and was screaming at me. Fucking Anzu, I love you, buddy, but what the fuck? You know, let's actually line up my team. Now that I understand what the problem was. Abeloyd, get it back over here, boy. Okay. God damn you, Anzu. I love you, buddy, but jeez. Get that set up
Isn't this a job
here.
for the serfs?
Give Pascal the front line. And no one really has cover, so here you go, Abeloyd. Give
If I may.
you John, please. Give Buff a bit here, because she just kind of needs the help, honestly. That's fine.
I am a
That's
navigator,
you.
not a servitor. Me. If
I'll
you
give
insist,
Abeloyd
Lord
the
Captain.
charge after this.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Perfect spot. Foreman Pask. He's got a name. Okay, Electro
If I
Priest.
must. This
Partisan.
tedium is beneath me.
And Skitati. Gonna do is
Another
Chink.
soul slips beyond the veil.
And Chink. Pretty solid damage. I bet Allied. Let's do that, sure. That works.
Me.
Abeloyd,
If
take
you
the
insist,
charge.
Lord Captain.
I will do my duty.
Hit that kid. Oh yeah, I forgot Abeloyd had that.
Protect us.
Tap. Tap. That went the wrong way. Get two. We got a whole bunch of people up there, so I'm just gonna send Abeloyd up
No
around
matter the
that way. Start dealing with these guys.
A tactically sound approach.
Because the rest of my squad can't handle these people, so I want to get him up.
At your beck and call.
That. You're gonna swear to me, you.
Victory is an
This
exemplary.
guy will go down kinda
Grey
quick.
hair, sure hand.
Wish I'd jump a little bit more.
It will be done.
That's still out of you.
Well struck. Blasphemous power.
Cool.
Indeed.
Hey, Technoman.
Beware foul sorcery.
Big zappy. Big zappy. Beautiful. Abeloyd, the absolute goat. Okay, you two, let's do that and tank you both.
Ancestors guide me. I
You just
deal
blow
death
up.
with my hands.
Damn, girl. Take this kid out.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Cool. Forgot how much I did on that one turn, honestly.
The scriptural
Gonna cover all
prognosis
of us.
is favorable.
Analyze this nerd.
My vow is to
Blast.
running binary
Blast.
override.
Aww.
My code
Excellent. Huh? Okay.
The only side
Oh, that was the
only side
Yeah, there we go.
condemns you.
So, do that. Let's see if we can start moving this way. It works very well. Move up here.
I move
So hunt
swiftly
down
to
prey some
strike.
more. Oop,
I understand your intent.
Probably don't want you right there, but you know what? We ball. We ballin'.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Look, you can give me shit for having you do your job, or you could just
If
do
I
your
hear you
job.
moving,
The
no
choice is
more.
yours. I have another one.
This tedium is beneath me.
Oh yeah, because I just killed a dude. Duh. Let's do
If it serves your
that.
cause. I understand
that.
your intent.
That.
If it serves
That.
your cause.
And...
I am not your Another soul
Donk.
slips beyond the veil. This
And we'll do
tedium
that.
is beneath me.
You know what? Could have been better.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
You take that.
On it.
And you. Oh, I forgot I made her an assassin. Do.
What?
Incinerate.
Disturb the
God
great
damn.
enemy.
Okay, let's find her heroic act. Don't really need that.
Will do.
Cover
No
this
more
area. Cover
playing
these
tricks
people.
on us.
There you go,
Anything
Adelard.
else?
Be wary. The
You
veil
have so many
thins.
skill points. Let's do
I'm not so sure.
you.
On it.
I just don't need all these action points, dude.
Brace yourself, Abelard!
So what you're gonna do is come here.
It will be
smack
done.
him,
What? You a target!
Zippity zappity.
I will do my duty.
Do that. Do this. Do that. And
At your
zoom.
beck and call.
And zoom. Oh, I misclicked. Beans. I really wish it wasn't so easy to misclick on that.
Nothing I can't do.
Big game hunting. With my sharpshooter rifle.
Firefowl sorcery!
I like how I basically hip fire that thing.
Already done.
Go on, dude. That's my bird. That's my bird. Finish him.
Suits my purposes.
On to. Oh, I hit.
All too easy.
I'm not sure what happened there. But we got him.
I
Mr.
tire
President,
of violence.
we got him.
Let's move.
Oh, okay, there we go. Blessed Omnisire, may maleficent code never touch your circuitry. Alpha 9 turns to you. The tech priest's right hand, which he used to wrench something out of the machine, is blackened and melted. Clutched in her curled metal fingers is a strange device made of smooth black material. A low hum resonates from deep within it. The platform beneath your feet shudders and sinks slightly. The sensation of falling makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Alpha 9's shriek can be heard even over the strained creaking of the mechanisms. We do not have much time, layperson. The station and its tech corruption will be underwater in an hour. Initiating Protocol 17.0. What is that object? The Xeno heresy, referred to by its followers as the Anchor Core. My fallen comrade said that the traitor Decapolis has desecrated the station's sacred energy patterns. This Omnisire damned device was powering the central drill complex and stabilization mechanisms with the motive force. Without it, the machine spirits up to Kawaza 4 would shut down and find peace. What are you going to do with the Anchor Core? I will deliver it to Alter Templum Galixis Extension 17, where the corruption will be anathematized and destroyed. I helped you dispatch your enemy, Tech Priest. Why don't you give me the Anchor Core? Protocol. Alpha 9 swallows the end of the sentence, staring at her blackened hand. The Xeno artifact clutched in her melted fingers continues to emit a low hum. The Tech Priest scowls and the loud binaric trail tosses you the object. Anchor Core. Ooh. That's some Necron shit right there. What do you intend to do next? Execute Protocol 17.0. Alpha 9's booming voice sounds somewhat surprised. I will leave Tirkaz 4 and report to Alter Templum Galixis Extension 17. After thinking for a moment, the Tech Priest takes another step towards you and nearly deafens you with her exclamation. Your assistance in resolving the Xeno heresy crisis will be cited in my report. I'm plagued by one question. Why are you speaking so loudly? My Vox augment operates on the Rustalker's frequencies. It is not intended for laypersons. What about my implementation drone? Will Alter Templum oversee its enhancements? That is something better discussed with the Magi of Alter Templum Galix Extension 17. I have no more questions. Alpha 9 nods impatiently. Set off for our shuttle. The huge metal platform is barely moving, but you notice the speed with which the water level is rising and drain rates. Now let's loot and go. Loot and go. Yoink, yoink. You know, I've been thinking for a little bit. Maybe I should fucking up the difficulty of this save, because just wow, so many fights have just started going like a little too smoothly sometimes. Honestly, same time it's like, it's fine. Soul pattern, master pistol, nothing good. Master crafted power axe, that's neat. Basic ass chain, like look, you still got like some basic ass chainsaws, this lasgun and stuff like this late into the game. Like I get it to a degree, but at the same time, like really? Really? I'm pretty sure this is where Diabolus came from. I'm not gonna try to say his name correctly when I can't read it, honestly.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The steam that fills the room beyond the gate scalds your face. Perhaps there evolves valves somewhere nearby to regulate the pressure and temperature of the pipes. Interesting.
A trivial task.
The machine moves freely despite the burning promethium all around them. Cold seems to emanate from them along with something else. Something inhuman.
Watch your steps.
Ah, beans. Thank you, Juliet.
My success
Good
was
job.
inevitable.
Okay. Is that right? Ah, okay. I solved the puzzle. Apparently. Go me. It's like, sure, I'll take it. Not gonna complain. Experiencing pass was 25 direct damage. So if I parry, like I'll take it, but you know, it's not really that good. Ooh, it's Guitar for Ranger armor. Info plus 6 armor. Attack use divided by 10. That can go to Pascal for sure. Hey, buddy. Oh, I have better Forge World. I just have better Skitarii armor. That's 10 more base and attack use divided by 10. That's only 16 though. 10. Oh, that one has deflection. Well, this one has base armor. Still not sure why the base. Well, the okay, so something about having it on actually ups that to 17. So really, do I want one deflection or 10% armor? And I prefer 10% armor actually. Don't really need the rest of those. So we gotta get moving.
Victory awaits.
It is as though the huge. Okay, we read that. Pascal, if you would.
The machine gun
I'm
runs
surprised Pascal didn't have anything to say about this, actually. Oh, cool. Really neat. Very convenient little loop-de-loop there. Like, arguably too convenient, but who am I to judge? Ugh. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is, we got these two routes here. We got the Gonus quest, we have Cassia's quest, yeah. And that is Visions in the Dark. Wreck of the Finger of Sorrow. Huh, interesting. I think we're gonna go. I think I'll explore these two regions because I don't see a reason not to. Hop over to Dargonis, hop down here, and then just make our way back to Furabundus from there. Become safe. Warp travel. Rogue Trader, please accept my report in person. It concerns criminal collusion among the senior officers. They will also be present to be able to answer the charges. Criminal collusion? I prefer not to divulge details over Vox. It could be overheard by those who will have to stand before you and answer for their actions. I will see you without delay. On my way. Alright, Solomon, what's up, buddy? Also, like, I'm going through the Eisenhorn series, and it's kind of funny just how different so many of, like, the arbitrators are. Like, you know, we have Solomon, one of the hardest asses I could think of. There's Fishik, who's one of Eisenhorn's main buddies, who's also really, like, puritanical, but, like, he's got, like, a sense that you can still, like, pal around with him as long as you're, like, following the Emperor. But otherwise, he's a hard ass. So it's like, okay, Solomon with a sense of humor. But in, like, one of the side stories in Eisenhorn Majos, you're following a, Mechanicus Biologist. I can't remember the first word. Drusar, something along those lines. Drusia, I think? Drusia? And, like, one of the main, you're following his POV, but one of the main people he works with is Max, another arbitrator who's, like, kind of just, like, a laid-back cop. Like, yeah, I'm a cop, but, like, I'm pretty chill, I'll bend the rules, I don't really care that much. And it's just so neat, seeing, like, how much of a hard-ass Solomon is, versus later in the day, yesterday I was reading that, I was listening to that audiobook, and there's just this super laid-back, short story, technically, but, you know, laid-back arbitrator, just, like, the almost whiplash of that. But regardless, Rogue Trader. I hold the 3 senior officers accountable for the misconduct. I have uncovered part of my investigation. I allege that the ship's crew is full of wanted criminals. To refute the charge of generous Donrock. The High Factotum stares at the arbitrator with uncharacteristic coldness. What are you insinuating, esteemed Proctor? Heretics on board the ship of the Emperor's Anointed are a threat to the whole Imperium. If anyone knew of this and failed to report it, punishment will follow. Isn't that right, Boxmaster? Victus does not react in any way to the arbitrator's words. I do my duty honorably and will obey the Lord Captain's will, whatever it may be. Solomon, why have you gathered my officers together? I've uncovered a scheme involving all 3 of them. It's coordinated by the Voxmaster, who buries incriminating facts about Voidsmen on your ship in the depths of the archives. Janrius Stanrock and Ravor turn a blind eye to the sordid past of the new recruits and divvy up the workforce that has come into their possession. This is a completely insane accusation. We are not bringing criminals into the crew intentionally. Of course we're not. I'll admit that we do not try to hunt down every biographical fact about each Voidsman who sets foot aboard, but only because that would be a hopeless endeavor. Janrock falters for a moment, but none of us had any intention of populating a ship with heretics. Why not hire people from the lower decks? Raver lets out an uncertain chuckle. What our esteemed Master Helmsman meant to say is that those unfortunates are only suitable for menial labor. It is simply impossible to find qualified voidsmen in the numbers we require. Are we really taking fugitive criminals into our crew? Sort of. Janus clears his throat, shuffling from foot to foot. Sometimes they slip through the net because we don't have information from local wardens. Sometimes we're forced to overlook an unsightly past for the sake of acquiring niche specialists. Even common smugglers, for instance, often turn out to be quite an asset on Raver's crew. We do draw a line, however, at even a whisper of genuine heresy in the Voidfarer's past. Victus raises her gaze at you. I'm sure you realize, Lord Captain, that smuggling and false cultism are both heresies in the eyes of the law, for they transgress his word. But one is far more dangerous than the other, to put it bluntly. Why have you kept this from me? The officers exchange glances. We did not intend to hide it from you, Lord Captain. Lord Captain Theodora did not deign to involve herself in so trifling a matter as replenishing her workforce. She was only interested in ensuring that there were no interruptions in the running of the ship. We have always handled crew appointments on our own without your lordship's involvement. Solomon, why stage this scene, accusing senior officers in front of the entire bridge? I was in a rush and applied the regulations I'm accustomed to using on other vessels to your flagship. It was my fault for misjudging the situation, Rogue Trader. I've heard enough. The assembled officers look at you for anticipation of your decision. Allocate protectorate funds for training specialist crewmen. We have enough masters of their craft on board to train a new generation. Your senior officers currently hold too much power. It is corrupted then. If we do not punish them now, they will lose their fear of you. Curtail their powers, force them to write reports on the tasks they complete, and to account for every decision they make. That way, you'll be able to monitor the situation. And yes, I recommend whippings to enforce order. Oh, did I hit? Oh, I hit one by mistake. My bad. I was like, why is Solomon jumping up here? That's weird. No. Now, allocate protectorate funds. It will take time, a great deal of time. Will require considerable financial contribution. Denrock stops short under your gaze. Patient fortune gained trained specialists. The Rogue Trader put a stop to the recruitment of fugitive criminals. The qualified personnel shortage was solved by appointing specially trained voidsmen from among the crew. In the first round, the flagship's lance weapons deal +3 damage. That's alright. The fact that it's only the first round, and it's only the first round, and it's only +3? That's not a lot. As you command, your lordship. We'll see it's done. Like, I mean, I'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. But like, damn, that's kind of shitty. Regardless. What is going on in here? Ooh, that's a neat little fucking asteroid belt. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. Some nice free XP. Let's loop around over here. Still a little light there, that's interesting. Still flashing like plasteel. Give me the 7 plasteel, please. There's a little flashing light right there. Cut right through the asteroid belt, no problem for us. That's a neat looking planet. Nothing going on Zarkov, though. Same with Erica, nothing going on over there either. Wow, just nothing going on in this system. 7 plasteel, and that's it. Alright, fair enough. We'll take our XP, our plasteel, and we will go. Let's try some new courses. Over to you. Fortis Porta. It's gonna make you safe because I got all this navigator insight. Let us see. From here, we should be able to just hop over to Dargonis. 5 more planets. Nice bright blue. That's actually really pretty. The lines coming off of it in that like web-like way. Ooh, what's this? That's some promethium. Some fuel. That, did y'all see that it was going down? Hold on. The course to this planet originally was to go down, spike up, and come here because I misclicked a little bit. It actually looked kind of cool. Where are you going? You're overcomplicating this. Take the XP. Is there just nothing on these planets? This system is just confusing the ship, apparently. Oh, hello. The planet, riddled with huge tunnels, resembles an anthill of gigantic proportions. Even looking down on the eerie landscape chills the blood. The ship's augers do not detect any sign of life on the surface. Scan the planet. The entire surface of the planet is lifeless gray rock, but the atmosphere is breathable without a void suit. In some deep tunnels, strangely shaped chalky sediments have been found. Send an expedition. The scouts wandered through the huge, empty tunnels for a long time, sending infrequent and mostly uneventful reports back to the bridge, until communication with one of the first groups is cut off. The Vox simply can no longer pick up the right frequency. Dispatch an armed squad to the missing group's location. The armed soldiers nearly shoot the missing team members who come out to meet them. They also report that inside these tunnels are the remains of a camp, apparently belonging to an Imperial expedition. For several kilometers ahead, the tunnels are filled with time-worn fortifications and ancient weapons and equipment as fragile as glass. The scouts are surprised to find several hastily assembled stone barrows. The people who spent time in these tunnels have probably already found everything they wanted, buried their dead, and left the planet. Grav core circuit. You gain plus 1 stack of anti-grav charge for each cell they move. When the number of stacks from the user becomes agility bonus, all of them are removed and they gain 1 stack of potential energy. These cannot suffer crippled legs. MP is reduced by 2. Okay. Guess that's for Yugon. Interesting. Well, Vector Void ship. Well, this was a bit more profitable than the last sector. I don't mind them being quick. It was just like that was just so much, kind of just nothing, you know. All right, to Dargonis we go. We are charting. We're just cutting straight across. Zoom. Visit Dargonis, access the personal cogitator on Dargonis, meet the Arabices on Dargonis, go to Dargonis. I still don't have a way to get to these two sectors. Well, I can't just jump over. I am a goober. I'll deal with that later. We have Dargonis now. We have a lot of Dargonis right now, actually. Void Fort Hediox Rim. Really did not help out that much during the Drukhari invasion. Well, there's a flashing light there. I guess that's just the default. Palace Administratum. What's going on with the Administratum? Oh, we need Solomon for that, apparently. Okay. Well, we'll do this first, I guess. Do I bother leveling up Solomon? Don't really want to, but sure we will. Gonna go through pretty quickly. Galato needs a wound. He gets in there. Throw a grenade that does not do it. Sure. What are you? Coercion, yeah, makes sense. We get demolition. Sure. Sticks. Let's grab. Do. It will not die. Control shot is nice. What else do you have? You know, put some more points into demolition. Yeah, sure. It does not hurt to make the doggo more bulky. Sure, cohesion. I'm just gonna real quickly go down what? Perception, maybe. Perception up to 60. That works. Eh. Yeah, enough bullets for everyone. That works. Growl. Yeah, sure, that works. Keep bumping ballistic skills from here. That works. Just flying through this. Do I have the... I believe... Oh no, there we go. Solid projectile weapon expert. That's what we were looking for. Let's get some more demolition. Flash runes, sure. Grab that, grab that. Yeah, Swift Slaughter. That's really good. I'll grab awareness, sure. There we go. Want to do... That's an upgrade. Where is it? Yeah, take the pill barrel. And I guess the shock baton? Why do you have the next double bit? That must be an arbitrary thing. Oh, I love the sight of him with a fucking... I mean, that's fine, honestly. That looks fucking hilarious. I'm just gonna hold on to that because I like it. Okay, let's see. What do we need to do in here anyways?
A new challenge for me?
I assume probably talk to the lady in the back. Oh, hey, Mercenary Beta, Mercenary Alpha, Delta, Zeta. Marshal Gregory Strosh. Marshal Strosh regards the prefect with an implacable expression. Out of the question. I will only speak about resolving this situation with the rogue trader directly. No intermediaries. As she speaks, Prefect Volter's augmented hands constantly fidget with a tattered piece of paper that may have once been a report. But for how much longer might we have to wait for the rogue trader? 10 turns? 30? Thrice that? Time is an invaluable commodity, and we currently have none, esteemed Marshal. Not to mention that Decree RP/84-289 explicitly states. She stops abruptly when she sees you. The Marshal raises his chin. Rogue trader, the Adeptus Arbidi requests your immediate cooperation. The sacred tide collected from the Corona's expanse is in danger. You are the only one who can negate this threat. Judging by your faces, the matter must be grave indeed. Extraordinarily so, and there is no guarantee that we are not already too late. The prefect's glare bores into Strock's grim figure. All of the expanse is ablaze, rogue trader. This state of disorder jeopardizes the critical strategic location, the planet Lethus, a clandestine world provided by Theodore von Valancius for the purposes of storing the tides collected from the world of the Corona's expanse. Strock's cheeks twitches. That's... Try saying math 10 times fast. I couldn't even say it one time slow. At present, the planet is overflowing with the sacred tributes amassed over the course of decades. After we lost contact with every single ship sent through the Maw in recent years, the decision was made to cease all attempts to transport the tide out of the expanse until the route is once more secure. It was for just such periods of the Maw's impassability that the storage world of Lethus was devised. The raspy voice of the prefect cuts across the marshal's speech. If I may provide certain details, as per regulations, prior to being sent to this temporary depot, all tide shipments were first brought to Dargonis. These deliveries were made using barges, crewed by servitors, with the only people on board with the privilege of autonomous behavior being key officers and an arbitrator escort. In other words, the location of both the system and the planet was strictly classified. A special pact was made with the Navigator House. Even I was not entrusted with the coordinates, actually. The Marshal looks straight at you. Given the scarcity of our resources, absolute secrecy leaves us as the main line of defense. However, we are detecting increased activity near the storage world's location. I do not want to do this, but I am quite plainly forced to ask for your help. Go to Lethus and organize the extraction of the Imperial Tide to Dargonis for further safekeeping. Increased activity. In other words, someone is very interested in locating a world brimming with tide. It is close to succeeding. The Marshal draws a sharp breath. Impossible. That would mean that someone commanding vast resources and influence knows of its existence. We have no evidence that could support this conjecture, considering the current state of the Corona's expanse, with pirates and Xenos roaming where they please. It is far more likely that the storage world will be discovered by accident. The hastiness of the Marshal's rejection of your theory is the best proof that he himself considers the deliberate search to be a plausible explanation. But it seems he is unwilling to admit it, even to himself. I must remind you, to my embarrassment, that Argonis was gutted by Xenos not long ago. And I hope that you have since drawn some conclusions about the importance of guarding your key worlds. The entire expanse is on fire. Your capital remains the safest place in Coronis. The prefect attempts to speak, but the Marshal presses on, enunciating each word, and this is not open to discussion. Who are these people? They do not look like administrative clerks. The prefect looks at them and snaps her fingers. The fighters immediately make the sign of the Aquila. These are my bodyguards, members of the Fangs of the Expanse. They are here to demonstrate my willingness to offer the Adeptus Arbites whatever cooperation I can. Who are the Fangs of the Expanse? Mercenaries. The marshal spits the word out in disgust. Volter sighs. Gregorus, you need... Oh. Excuse me, that tickled my throat the wrong way right there. Gregorus, you know we need every fighter we can get these days. You have precious few people at your disposal, and every year fewer still remain. The Adeptus Administratum regulations do not prohibit the employment of hired forces. She meets the marshal's fierce gaze with calm composure. What can you tell me about this? I do not recall seeing it on my star charts. A fringe world of no value to the Imperium, by order of Lady Theodora, who is stricken from all astrogational data. The marshal grimly works his jaw as he looks away. Its security was considered beyond doubt until now. Huh. Why can't you export the tithe yourself? That is an acceptable option, one with which we are prepared to proceed. The Adeptus Administratum has requisitioned mercenary troops of the highest caliber. Under extreme circumstances, the Lex Imperialis permits... Out of the question. There is steely ringing in Strach's voice. In the Coronis Expanse, there exists a strict separation of authority between the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum, as certified by the Von Valancius dynasty and formalized in the Lex Dargonis. Transporting the tithe to and from Lethis and maintaining its security is the duty of the Adeptus Arbites. Aside from the head of the dynasty, we have the right to set foot on Lethis or to know its location. Such is the word of law. The marshal turns again to look at you. There is another reason. Under the present circumstances, only you can provide the necessary level of security for the Imperium's property stored on your world. The Arbites are too few, and our forces are stretched too thin, as we must see to the stability of the tithe deliveries from other worlds, and prevent any attempts to disrupt said stability. Thus, we are humbly asking you to help us. This must be resolved without delay. I'll go there at once. The marshal nods. We'll have the coordinates and passwords transferred to you. They are for your eyes only. Once you have arrived at the location, you're to oversee the tithe transportation to Dargonis. We will meet the barges here and redirect them to secure vaults. I must ask you to hurry, your lordship, for all is lost. The prefect bows. Alright. Well, we got that started, I guess. So much arbitrary tithe stuff. Solomon, your life is boring. No, I'm not sorry. Von Valancius Palace. Let's take Adira. We like Adira. Yeah, levels are actually kind of coming slow now, very slow now that I'm actually like thinking about it. Cause I know we are swapping between companions a lot more often than we usually do. Oh, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand aside. No need to crowd around. Governor Driveston will take care of everything. This is ridiculous! Such a thing happening right in the Rogue Trader's palace? Oh, that's not good. Hey, bud. What's going on here? Oh, am I in? Oh. Gonna cutscene at all, or we're just gonna stare at this man? I'm just gonna. Oh, there we go. Sometimes you just gotta threaten it. You are confronted by the sight of dead bodies at the entrance of the palace. The corpses have been hauled into a pile. Some are dressed in the uniforms of palace wardens, while others are arrayed in the clothing typical of the Dargonis nobility. Upon seeing you, the young enforcer stands at attention and swallows noisily. His voice trembles as he says, "Your lordship, we are honored by your presence." What is this mess? You see, your lordship, those people wanted to attack. Gordon clears his throat. Second Lieutenant of the Palace Guard, Alam Waite, reporting. Shortly before you arrived, we averted an assassination attempt on the Rogue Trader. The palace soldiers detected intruders and engaged them in combat. Examine the assailants. Observation. There are rare, high-functioning servitor specimens present among the expired units. Such specimens are traditionally bestowed upon the noble houses that are most likely to fit to the sacred fellowship of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The augmetics of the deceased do differ from the implants ordinary people wear. Their intricate construction makes it clear that the deceased were not ordinary humans. Abelard frowns. As far as I know, House Kaplak has received such servitors from the Crimson Priesthood as a gift in the past, although this is my first time seeing one myself. Where is the Court Chancellor, Clemencia Versarian? I think she is with the rest of the House of Versarian, detained in the throne room, that is. Governor Driveston has gathered all of Dargonis' nobility there to pronounce a guilty verdict against House Versarian. Why is the governor not here to greet the Rogue Trader? I do not know, your lordship. Perhaps he is... The guard throws a fearful gaze at Abelard. You can probably find him in the throne room, where the governor intends to put House Versarian on trial. I must take my leave. Interesting. The body bear multiple wounds. It is evident they died recently.
That wasn't so difficult.
There's a crumpled up letter in the inside pocket of the assailant's blood-soaked jacket. Okay, do I get the letter? Oh. That's a cargo. I don't want to just get rid of that. That feels important. Blood-stained letter. The letter is soaked with blood. Only a portion of the text is readable through the crimson blotches. Evil and discreet. Keep away from the lords and ladies. You must look like a noble to the servants and wardens. Do not engage in conversation with anyone. Your task is to avoid exposing yourself ahead of time and let the Versarians get away while the wardens are busy guarding the Rogue Trader. Interesting. So whoever that is trying to break the Versarians out of whatever situation they're in. Weird. Let's hold 46. Or 47, I mean. Someone's trying to get the Versarians away
to the
during all
stars.
this. Weird. Alrighty. We got the cogitator there. Go to the Lethith. Go to the temple. Throne room. Something's going on with Mars. I don't know what I need to do with that. Naki Erebus. Yeah, that's right. That's the other thing going on. I'm gonna go over to my cogitator.
Species is aware of mutilated Does anamorphic ersatz veneration of the Deus Mechanicus exist in your culture?
We venerated Vol, the smith and craftsman, but he is nothing like your ugly deity. He has never sought to replace our souls with wraithbone sculptures.
No, you didn't need to get so insulting. Pascal was being very polite there. Polite and inquisitive. The ancient cogitator before you is a true work of art, obedient to your commands, its machine spirits awaken to the soft hum of greeting. Enter identifier, Laria. The cogitator falls deep in thought, its cooling systems buzzing tensely. After a few minutes of keeping you waiting, the vid screen blinks and it dutifully presents you with a list of several journal entries that have not been accessed in centuries. New Horizons. The 3 star systems in the Cinerus Maleficum that have come into my possession in my journey shall henceforth be known as the Tier of Solar, Ignis Corona, and Fortis Porta. Oh, is that? I know we're at Fortis Porta. It's one of the... Yeah, Tier of Solar was the first one, then it was Fortis Porta. Ignis Corona. Is that the one that we went to for the drill? These are new horizons that have never before known humanity's rule, and whose rogue Xenos overlords obliged me greatly by having already eliminated each other. The artifacts they left behind, a legacy of sorts, are priceless. A blade I took off a desiccated Aldari corpse on one of the Fortis Porter worlds carries immense power within it, and is but one among a wealth of relics. Attached to the entry are astropathic coordinates. With a dutiful trail, the machine spirit transfers them to your data slate with the utmost diligence. The 32nd of Merov. Korda is getting sloppy. He used his Calixus connections to give me utter dregs, whom he tried to pass off as elite troops. But I can only thank him for his lack of judgment. Those with nothing to lose make the most loyal servants. Once they feel but a modicum of their master's good graces, lowly scum no more, they will be the sword and shield of House Von Volantius, in faithful service to me and my descendants. The Crimson Dance of Cain. The power contained within this blade is a most mysterious one. Even Exalt 117's keen mind has failed to comprehend it fully. Nor have several Aldari Xenos captured on my orders been able to tell me anything illuminating, save for the weapon's name, the Crimson Dance of Cain. I know Cain to be an all-obliterating embodiment of war itself and their abominable belief system, a fitting name for it. Finish working in the archives. Turn off the cogitator. Okay. Oh yeah, we were just there. Interesting. Okay, well let's go over here. Oh, hello. Let me through. I have an appointment with Chancellor Clementi of Asarian. My apologies, my lord, but you cannot go any further. Governor Drivestem's orders. This is ridiculous. I shall complain. You're already doing a great job of that. Move over. His lordship the rogue trader through. Let his lordship the rogue trader through. I humbly beg your pardon, your lordship. Your lordship, please, this way. Oh boy. Oh, I'm tired. I might wrap up after this conversation. Wrap up early. Your lordship, 'tis an honor. Governor Ben Drivesome seems to materialize out of thin air. So suddenly does he emerge from the crowd. I regret that such unfortunate circumstances have occasioned the rogue trader's visit to the capital. Clementia tries to step towards you, but the warden nearby stops her. Her face is veiled with fear and wariness. Your lordship, you're here. Please, you must hear us out. The rogue trader is undoubtedly here to listen to the testimony of each and every one of us, and to punish the traitors. The governor's words, directed at Clementia, are harsh. They're echoed by the scornful sneers and whispers of the assembled nobles. We have known each other for many decades now, and we've had our fair share of disagreements. But do you really think my flesh and blood would trample upon the very definition of honor and loyalty? Abelard's voice is quivering with rage. The governor sweeps his gaze over Abelard, and replies with a faint shadow of a doubt in his voice. We have evidence implicating them, Abelard. I'm sure that his lordship will arrive at a fair ruling. What are the charges against House Versarion? Disruption of logistical lines, bribery of Adeptus Administratum officials, document forgery, and organization of heretical insurrection. On top of the evidently devastating economic impact this has had on your protectorate, these criminal acts have impeded the delivery of the imperial tithe, which, in turn, has drawn the Administratum's attention. Needless to say, the esteemed Adeptus Administratum cannot ignore this situation either. And before their representatives arrive on the planet, we are obligated to identify and punish those responsible. Clementia, I wish to hear your account. Your lordship, House Versarion denies all charges laid against it. Clementia glances at the governor with defiance. These last few months have indeed been trying for Dargonis. We have done our best to remedy the situation. My family's every effort was focused on stabilizing the capital's logistics and economy, so much so that we failed to notice the web of intrigue unfolding behind our backs. What happened on Dargonis in my absence? When we caught wind of the rumors of your disappearance, we patiently awaited news of your return. But then, Dargonis was struck by a series of terrible events. The first was the sabotage of logistics that hampered shipments. Then, mass unrest spread across the entire planet, and the minor noble houses began squabbling among themselves, trying to pin the blame on their rivals. We took great pains to calm them down and managed to quash the revolts, though not without some outside help, unfortunately. These events have also been overshadowed by I'm ashamed to even say it in front of you, your lordship, the rumors circulating among the higher houses. The governor stammers, then takes a deep breath. Some were calling for Theodore's true heir to be installed as head of the house, Conrad Voigtvier. Not all of your subjects have forgotten his past efforts for the benefit of the trade protectorate. Drivestem stops talking, watching you with a tense expression. When the investigation was launched, the evidence led us to the Versarians. Drivestem, you aren't accusing one of Dargonis' leading noble houses of treason without airtight evidence, are you? Of course I have evidence, your lordship. The investigation has established that members of the Versarion family, which is responsible for both Dargonis' fleet and its logistics, use their contacts and influence to forge a host of documents in order to undermine the planet's supply routes and economy, thus fomenting unrest among the inhabitants. Allow me to introduce my son, Cornelius. The governor points to the lanky young man standing beside him. He bows curtly, but avoids meeting your eye. Cornelius holds a prestigious position at the Administratum Palace, and it is thanks to him that we have managed to identify and trace the entire chain of forged documents. The investigation led us to the perpetrators, who admitted to acting on the orders of members of House Versarion. It was they who were intent on spreading the idea of restoring the title of Rogue Trader to the true heir. This young man is shrouded in a mist of grey and blue. Sickly shadows of fear are fluttering around him. Cassia speaks so quietly that only you can hear her. I remind you that House Versarion has hardly covered itself in glory in the past. It's allowed Xenos to attack the planet. Governor Drivestem throws a quick, arrogant glance at the red-faced Clementia. Speak to the heads of the houses present. Do you support the governor's accusations? The aristocrats in attendance exchange glances, the noble lords averting their gazes and the noble ladies hiding behind the fans. No one is willing to be the first to answer. Over the many years of service, Governor Drivestem earned Theodore's trust, and he holds his high office for a reason. Sarbach's tone is stern and imperious. On behalf of House Sarbach, I support his accusations. My apologies, your lordship, but I wish to speak too. Regina looks into your eyes with a tender half-smile, then turns her gaze on her husband. Of course I agree with my husband. Governor Drivestem would not press charges against anyone if he were not absolutely certain of the authenticity of the evidence he had unearthed. I think anyone here would agree that anyone who ever doubts the authority of the true rogue trader should be prosecuted. I am sure, your lordship, that you will eradicate the scourge of heresy from your domain. Regina bows to you deferentially while maintaining eye contact with you. You girl or guy? Girl. Your lordship, Governor Drivestem has always faithfully served the rogue traders of House von Volantius and concerned himself with the future of your trade dynasty. And so, Askapok thinks his charges against House Versarian to be sound. The augmetics hide Toriana's emotion, but her voice sounds slightly timorous. I humbly ask you to allow me to speak in defense of my family's honor. The evidence provided by the governor is utterly false. I cannot refute it, but I can say with confidence that no one from my family has ever tried to forge documents in the Adeptus Administratum, let alone undermine the economy of your capital. Why are there dead bodies at the entrance to my palace? Your lordship, I humbly beg your pardon. Drivestem bows once again, trying to placate you. You see, right before your arrival, the palace guard discovered a plot to assassinate you. Fortunately, the malefactors were disposed of before they could cause you any harm. Interesting. Sabotaging logistics, riots, conspiracy. The case appears to be flimsy. I wish to learn more before I make my final decision. As you wish, your lordship. The governor inclines his head in a stiff bow. Speak to me when you are ready to announce your verdict. Thank you for your willingness to help, Lord Captain. I'm certain that all charges are false, and I'd be grateful for your help in exposing them as such. I think you should speak to everyone present, the noble lords and ladies. Okay. I could do that right away, or I will actually pause for the moment, because I am actually very, very tired at the moment. Drivestem, Toriana, who are you? Husband, Sarbach, Sheena, Hector. You can zoom in. Carius. Astaria was saying, Clementia were saying. I'm pretty sure Astaria is one that gave me the idea for the warp beacons. But yeah, I'm gonna save and wrap up a little early today. Thank you all for your patience and understanding. I'm just really tired at the moment. I don't feel like doing an investigation right now and a whole bunch more reading. So, thank you all very much for coming around and hanging out. If you're watching on Kick, please consider giving me a follow. It will help out a ton. If you miss any of the stream or any of my previous streams, I will be uploading this with all my others over to the playlist I have over on YouTube. If you are over on YouTube, do consider giving me a like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff will help me out a ton, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you want to catch any of the streams live, I do my best to stream for about 2 hours every weekday, starting around noon EST over here on Kick. And with that said, I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their days. I'm sorry once again for ending a little bit early. I'm just crashing kind of hard this morning. But thank you all very much for your patience and understanding. Have a wonderful rest of your day, homies. Peace out.